China should grow larger. Ah, no, he's playing China again. Again, Dave, seriously. No, seriously, I enjoy China. I think the focus tree is really good. It is a dream of every Hoi 4 nation. You start off small, insignificant, lots of problems. You fix everything, you grow large, and you dominate. And China can do exactly that. And that focus tree promotes that behavior. But you know what behavior is not promoted? When you bend the rules and declare war on Japan before Japan declares on you. And you're probably thinking, Dave, what's the incentive of that? China declaring on Japan? Surely that'll put you up at more of a disadvantage, right? Sure, you want to stall for time. Not in this timeline. I'm about to show you the champion of wonky strategies. It's time for the alternative historical path for China. You heard me right. I said alternative twice. Let's get out the Donggu now. Strategy with China that I've started to develop over time is to focus on large divisions. So the biggest one you've got, which in this case is this one, and focus on quality over quantity. You don't need to focus on quantity because you are going to get lots of free divisions from your warlord allies, vassals, subjects. So in this circumstance, quantity is better than quality. Well, it is for today anyway. We start off by working on a little bit of everything. Classic feedback gaming strategy, I attempt to build everywhere. Everywhere. The beauty of this, it lets you see where you can build the most buildings. So you can see 4, 4, 4, 4, and 4. In these locations, by right-clicking on them, you can see the best places to build infrastructure. Oh, I did actually forget about Shanghai. Shanghai is the magical 5. There is a penalty to Shanghai, though. If you hover over right there, you can see you suffer from an invasion defense penalty. If they do naval invade you here, they have a higher chance of breaking through. But, sir, I don't care. Build infrastructure here. It already has pretty good infrastructure to begin with, which is pretty good. Alternative is the state right next to it. So there's always a danger of building next to the ports, because Japan will naval invade you. But trust me, with the strategy I'm going with today, that won't be a problem. Trust me. 5 speed. Off we go. The historical path. If you click on this icon, historical, it will show you all the historical paths. So it's kind of going down the right side of the Dong path. But we're not going to do the right side. We're going to do the left side, which is prepare for a change in leadership. All right, we've got the full army. We're going to hit the consolidate button. If you've never seen this before, this will merge up all your divisions. You can see they'll move towards each other and they will merge. Most of the time, this is only really a good idea at the very start of the game. Any other time, it's just not worth it. The focus we're going to aim for is going to be preempt the inevitable. And I wonder what these swords mean. And then the Japanese flag. I wonder what this is meant to represent. First thing we're going to do is open up the economy by partial mobilization. We need that industry kicking in immediately. And this doubles the amount of civilian factories we've got. So more infrastructure for today. Then we're going to fix our trade issues by going down this path. And also going down on, crack down on the bad goods. No more opiums for use. We're moving you all to methadone. Got a warlord to the south now. Make sure you pick the top event options. All those steals to actually get the industry moving. All right, we've cracked down. Set our stability, but we've gained lots of production bonuses. Fix that issue as early as possible. Another nation has been vassalized. Merge up the divisions. And once again, actually 48 divisions, that's 224. So I think that's a perfect amount. I think we'll stick with that for now. It's time. Prepare for the inevitable. Top it off. Let's give a little bit more quality to these divisions. Tiny little bit of artillery. Yeah, I know we've not got the artillery for this, but we'll catch up. At the moment, we have very few mills, but we will gain a loads more when we go to war. And that's a little bit of the reason why this strategy is so strong. If we're at war, we get access to more mills. How, you say? Well, I'm going to show you how. All right, right now, you want to give access rights to the docks and the air bases, because they're about to lose 200 days on this. So you need to be prepared for this. When they complete their focus, you'll add so much extra time on, you'll need to click one of these. So just click those ones, because they're technically freebies anyway. Press the magical buttons to annex your warlords. Well, vassalize them. And they refuse. How rude. Hoi 4 RNG strikes again. All right, let's kick this one off. First of all, I'm going to grab all the boys and add them to the coastlines, including this one as well. Don't forget this one. Actually, to be fair with you, it's actually kind of better if we lose that one. Yeah, actually it is, because we're going to have access to the sea, which is just going to cause way too many problems. So select the boys, say naval bases only. Only need 7 divisions, means we'll have more divisions on individual ports. More defense. Top it off as well. The best defensive guy. And then best defensive field marshal. Surprisingly, we've not got many defensive guys. Anyway, spread them out. Off you go. One good strategy as well is to grab area defense and also do coastline for the coastal forts. And then what you do is you add a coastal fort here, because this is a prone area. And also here too. Also here as well. There are just some spots where the AI will land on you and get a wrap around you really easily and cause a lot of problems. So just fix that by making a few coastal port forts. The first ones are practically free anyway, so just get them built. We're in a reasonable position here. I'm not admit this is not the best position to be in, but we need to declare war on Japan. So I've done the unthinkable right now. And why is this so bad? Well, look at the penalty you get. So now I'm no longer in a defensive war. I'm in an offensive war. So I'm losing stability as you would usually at war. But look at this. Offensive war minus 20% war support, which severely hampers my ability to defend. More war support equals more core defense. In these circumstances, you're like, wow, this is really bad. But look really closely here. They're only at war with mainland China, not the rest. Suddenly, all the warlords want to join, and of course I'm going to accept them. But if you look really closely, they join, but they're not at war with the warlords. Oh my. Yes, so the faction is this big, but the war is this big. Can you see where I'm going with this? First naval invasion, and they are landing. And for the most part, they're going to get a decent landing here. But luckily, I've got so much excess divisions, I can just kind of work them. I don't even think I have to micro this. I just think I'll let them do their own thing. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, we have vassal states. The ones that are in blue. Click on here, then click on here. You can see these are the subjects, and you've got extra divisions, so attach them onto your coastal states for your field marshal or general. Landed again, which is good, so that means you can just kind of pin them in and encircle them. Easy. You are low on coal. Well, guess who else got coal, right? That's right. It's going to be our subject. Wait, hang on. They have coal. Wait, hang on. The coal's in the French province. I now hate the French. Okay, we're at war right now. So it allows us access to this mini focus tree. See here? Activate the Laguna Ho movement. Off you go. Okay, nightmare. What is this nonsense? Well, you have to connect everything up with railroads. A little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. So you have to do this and go across the coastline. Sadly, you've not got much industry, so this railway is going to take a pretty hefty amount of time to finish. And if the AI ever naval invades, unfortunately, this problem re-happens again. Occurs over and over again. For those 70 convoys, kiss goodbye to them because you're never going to see them again. Ooh, this is a pretty scary war, right? Super scary, right? Not really, because the AI never declares on the warlord states, the vassal states, the subject states. You have to manually bring them to the war. Naval invasion time, as I said to you, they always land in these two northern ones. If this one gets cut off, it can get encircled easy. Just let the southern one naval invade. Just all the others, don't worry too much about that. The Guna event is activated. 3 mills, in fact 2, which is good. Plus a bunch of other cool bonuses. More mills. And now you can see the industry's waking up. You're going to get loads more access to steel. Same again. My advice, let them land. Partially. Not all the way. And then you can encircle a few more. And what you're doing here is taking away some of their divisions. In this case, we lost 23k. They have lost 104k. You want to gain war support and stability back, there are a bunch of events that can help you. Arrest the 7 Gentlemen is a good one. Plus, there's a bunch of advisors. Stability war support. Plus, there are a few decisions as well, like this one, war propaganda. Mash that button. Also, you're going to be low on coal, so to get the free coal from... Where is it? There you go, the Shanghai Power Company. What I like to do is focus on quality. So what I'm going to do is making this division bigger by adding more battalions of infantry. Exercising, when I'm not getting naval invaded, obviously. And then just, well, sitting on what I've got. Building tall instead of wide. Another invasion comes, stop exercising. Some of them will land, which is okay, because that means you get to encircle them. So the Warlord has capitulated to you, just all based on event. And I'm actually going to delete these divisions. Yep. And now I've got 13,000 extra guns. That means I can extend this division even bigger. Once again, focus on quality over quantity. That's the beauty of this build. Usually, you'd have to expand wide and get more divisions overall just to cover the coastline and the front lines. With this specific build, though, that's not the case. Let's fix our resource problems, and there's so many spicy focuses to fix those. Steel here, lots of it. Coal here, lots of it. Why not get it for free? And that's the beauty of China. You start off with so little of everything, but then your focus tree gives you everything that you need. Paradox, listen, this is making the game better. Why don't you do more of this? Another naval invasion. I'll let them land in the south again, and the rest I'll let the AI take care of. Difficult one to break this one, because look, it's marsh. Minus 40% attack penalty. But once they've landed, they've kind of got the defense buff automatically. And it's a matter of you having to crack them open to finish them off. All right, the boys are getting big now, and we're going to add a few more battalions on. These divisions are getting fat now and full of stats. Gonna go for quality, though, so that means we have to upgrade these guns. The big difference between Guns 1 and Guns 2 is massive. Don't underestimate it. So here we go. Guns 1 has soft attack of 3. Now, Guns 2 has a soft attack of 6.5. Don't underestimate that. That is big. That's so much extra stats in division. That's doubling the damage of the division. Don't underestimate that. We're going to do large unit tactics to squeeze more soft attack into our divisions. And we're going to go for infiltration tactics just for all the many different bonuses. Soft attack, org, recon, land, night attack, reinforced rate, supply reduction. It's all juicy stuff. Let's just do it. Let's go for the full width. Oh, we've run out of combat XP. 32's next. And exercise. Before you can move out of this position, you must subjugate all the warlords because you need their divisions to hold the coastline. So what you need to do now is work down the focus tree here, and you gain bonuses towards subjugating them and gaining more autonomy on them. So work down your main political path. All right, the lad has gotten chunky now. This has some good stats. Only thing lacking is technology. And then we can start doing some big damage. Okay, building tall in Shanghai was a massive strat. This is actually the smartest thing I've done so far. By doubling the infrastructure, we could just build this one state really tall. It's only just in 938 been maxed out, and we're going to gain more slots as we expand it further as well, so win, win, win. A lot of focuses here. First of all, this one reduces the Warlord puppet autonomy by 3% every time you puppet. Next one is this one that reduces autonomy for all existing puppets, so get as many as you can, then click that one. Next one, this reduces passive reduction autonomy gain for all Warlords. You can do that later on, you have to rush that one. Next one, we've got this one, which reduces the cost to ask for Warlordship by everyone. Not by a massive amount, but it's something, I guess. Gotta click them all. Gotta click them all. Phase 2 activated. What we do now is peel off one army, move them northwards. Then what we're going to do is surround the port. Then what we've got to do is push further northward by saying that we're going to cover the coastline. Also a good idea to build coastal fort here, but we can't because they're not a vassal yet. But when they are, it'll make things easier. Everything's being covered right now, which is good. Now we activate call to arms for just specific this warlord. But if you look closely, they don't actually border them other than this one state. Okay, no lie. Japan has used this as an opportunity to declare war. I wonder if I call to arms for all of them, not just the one. Regardless, I'm in a way better position than I've ever been. Okay, they've all joined the war now. Okay, fair enough. All right, fair enough. Is the more warlord divisions to defend the coastline, obviously. But also, too, a bunch of these to give me increased defense. Just to break my offensive and defensive issues. But, for the most part, right now, I am in a spot where I can defend against the Japanese. So I will. We'll break off all the key armies, the main armies. We'll do a field marshal front line for the central and eastern regions, like here. And then you guys can be assigned on. And then the rest of the vassal divisions are just going to hold the coastline, as I mentioned earlier. I think I'm probably lacking divisions with that, but we'll gain some more once we take on some more subject states. And right now, because the division's so big, we're actually doing a really good job of holding ground. Just got to keep an eye on logistics, because if these break, then everything's going to break. One of the warlords has been Annex under me, but it's kind of wonky because it kind of leaves my front line empty. You need to mop this up ASAP, otherwise it's going to cause more problems. Here's something I forgot about. So if you click on this general, who has an order, in this case, garrison order, you can click on this button down here. This is an old forgotten button that probably Paradox have forgotten about. Request expeditionaries. And with the tick here, you can pull divisions for puppet states. In this case, we can add 7. And here we can add 2. You get the idea. Don't take them all, though, because they are defending the northern frontier. So just send them over. And a bunch will join now and help out in this circumstance, which obviously this is becoming an issue. Hold the northern front. Okay, this is going to become a problem. So I'm going to break up one of my quality armies here and just repel them back. Okay, Shaanxi, become a puppet state. Take all divisions. Add them on to the coastal force. Yeah, on hindsight, I actually am a little bit unprepared for this. The attack modifiers I've got are too severe, and I'm unable to maintain any kind of offensive, which is really bad at the moment. Hey, listen, you can watch this video and not make the mistake I made, okay? We're doing this live. Next up, we need to fix our army, so army modifier, focus tree. Most nations get bonuses when they go down their army path. Oh, but not China. You just fix the problems you've already got. All right, warlord bashing time. Another one. Got some offensive capabilities now, so we can push and close these pockets. There we go. Finally, quality's paying off. And another one. They bow their head. Okay, this is a very interesting push the AI's made here. Only downside for me is the supply isn't very good, but this is an opportunity for encirclement. All right, break on one side, and the other side is holding. But, no, it's not. Oh, 3 medium tank divisions? Nice. Now we have a little peek here on the Chinese theater. Click here. We'll look at equipment, and then we can have a little look. 701 medium tanks destroyed. Japan. 175 lights as well. Big damage. So you can see here, I only cover the eastern part of the front line and the center. Why? Because you can see here, they have to push westward really far to get to a supply depot. So they're going to be out of supply for a long time. But kind of sitting in this inner Mongolia region just ends up eating equipment for them, you know? Eats into their resources, which is beneficial for me. Oh, another opportunity for a push here. And as easy as pie. The Officer Corps Mastery has unlocked here, right here. There we go. -3 combat width for infantry. So that means now we can extend this division to 34 width. Remember, as long as it's under 36, that is the sweet spot. Opportunity for a push here. I'm going to take it. Okay, I'm going to do something a bit wonky. I've not done this before, but I'm going to actually pursue light tanks with armored. But I'm going to make an incredibly janky, awful light tank. So we'll crap the crappiest interwar possible. And then we add on the cheapest possible. Wheeled suspension, because it's 2.47 cost. Wait, no, 2.47. Yeah, 2.47. And then we put 100 mils on that. 3 a day, that's good. Then we add on light tank recon, which have not got it researched. Whoop. Okay, I guess we get to research this 44 days. Let's go. And also, we've gone for this new Officer Corps trait, which is subsidized contracts, which you can see, it reduces the cost of light tanks by 10%. I think what I could actually do is armored cars as well. I never even thought of that. Don't have it researched, though. Armored cars are way more expensive. One armored car is production cost of 3.5. It's 2.47. Nah. But I guess it all depends on how many lights you need, isn't it? The one recon light, and it doesn't actually say. Oh, we're going to find out. All right, recon is here. So I just wanted to know, recon, what's the best one? We've got the option for armored car. Oh, we don't actually have armored car. We have to have research armored car to see armored car. That means it needs 2 research. Okay, I don't feel like I'm a big fan of that anymore. Production cost for armored light tank is 146. Okay, so it all depends if that would be cheaper to go for armored car. Anyway, regardless, we're adding it on. I mean, to be totally brutally honest with you, that is so few armored cars, it makes no difference to the division whatsoever. It's just simply a process of gaining mastery for armored cavalry. And no other reason. All right, big push. Let's go. Can we break them? Ooh, last standing. Do you know what? I'm going to push against the last stand just to inflict strength damage. And right now we've captured the supply depot in the north. That's big. Make sure it's connected. There we go. Now we can make big push. Might even have an option here to make an encirclement. Nope, we missed it, but it's all good. Here, supply. Probably thinking, Dave, hang on a second. You've done this so many times. You should be very, very familiar with this strategy to push against the Chinese. Yes, I am very familiar with this strategy. And that's an encirclement. Oh, that's a big one, too. And that looks like another encirclement I can make in the north. If I can take out Menchuko. Oh, the damage I'm doing now is just ridiculous. Big encirclement to the west, too. Oh, this is over. This is over before it even begins. Of course, as I mentioned to you a million times, make sure you capture those supply depots as you push east. Push. Training the elite army. Up the conscription. Push. Okay, the last big push is to finalize my mastery on the bottom, which we're just about to hit that. 498, 499, done. Now that unlocks extra brigade size, I can max out you. Well, almost max it out. I guess what I could do is a bit of a wonky division, but I'm going to add artillery on. 53.3 with artillery support. Have I got enough artillery for this? Oh, almost. And that's it. Made the break. GG! Japan wants peace. Twice. Oh, hang on. One of them is Sweden. Never mind. Ignore Sweden. Peace. Only 3 warlords left and we can boot them out. And then we can declare war on them. And this focus allows you to declare on all the warlords that didn't join you. I think if you improve the relations, you increase the chance of them joining you. But the game never makes it very clear what the thresholds for relations are. So it's all a bit of a gamble, really. Roll the dice. Oh, you got a 3. Well done. You got something. I imagine the devs know exactly what they mean. But I don't. Preemptive strike. And that just absorbs the warlords instantly. Just melt them like butter. Next one. And that's a 2. And the third one. Really nice to see divisions melt so quickly. And don't usually see this as China because you don't tend to make quality divisions. It's all about the quantity. But not today. Well. Some of the generals have joined sides and we've got Red China War. And the third one. Okay, this is going to be fun. So the 2 armies. Max quality, of course. I'm tempted to put an extra artillery onto this. It's a lot of soft attack. Nah, it's not. It's not worth it. 1 artillery is enough, though. This is, technically, the Chinese Civil War. When China declares it, should get, like, a big, massive bonus to kind of, like, propel it for the first year, you know? I suppose it has to rely on the Soviet Union to battle it, but the Soviet Union is kind of busy. So in this timeline, technically, Red China would be a big disadvantage. And that's just melting. Red Militia, not very strong in this timeline. Melting. Oh, the numbers. through the roof. And this timeline was the very shortest Chinese Civil War. Kind of historically, if you think about it, because the Soviet Union couldn't help them. So they get this special focus tree that unlocks because you've defeated Red China. So this is Chinese United Front has triumph over imperialism. Liberate the peoples of Asia. Punish the signatories. Declare on all the majors, basically. Bring the further revolution. War goal against the UK again. Allows you to set up puppet governments and end the humiliation. No lie, those bonuses for late game are actually kind of crap. Hey, I'm being honest, okay? I'm being honest. For all the struggle you've got to do to reach this point end game, you would kind of expect the bonuses to be a little bit better. I'm just saying. Chinese community loves this one. Unlocks decisions to core Mongolia and Tibetan states. Tibet, free real estate. This is the most historical game. Puppet nations. Annex all apart from you in the West. Because these were guys with similar blue colors, man. I thought they were actually integrated into me, but they're not. I'm gonna have to annex. I can invite Japan into my faction. The game says no. I can invite them again, though. Can I just boost relations, maybe? Eat up the last two. Nom nom nom. All right, max relations with Japan. Will you join my faction? You still say no. I love these new mechanics. China has no elusive gentleman. I have to uninstall now. Very sad. Punish the signatories. I will punish you, Soviet Union, for making us sign something. I don't know what we signed. I've lost track of the RP of this game. Declare Mongolia as well, because Mongol bad. I'm going to keep inviting Japan to my faction and just see what happens. They just keep saying no. Whoosh! Damn, that's a big pocket. How many divisions we got here? 100k max, I'd imagine. What are the casualties, Dave? Oh, okay. Hang on. 400k I inflicted. The rest of it's Germany. Okay, I've never built this building before. So it's high capacity electrical grid. It increases resources per infrastructure by +10. So if there's 5 infrastructure, this will increase it by 50%. So 50% raw resources from this region. And that equates to +22 steel. That's really mega. But the big downside of this is a very expensive building. And it only really applies in circumstances where there's lots of resources in one region. And that's what really sucks about Hoi sometimes, you know, like, because look at all the resources in Africa. There's a lot, but they're not really condensed anywhere, you know. So the ability to play tall in one state is a bit more limited. There's not really a lot you can do about that. Afghanistan is agreed to join the Chinese United Front. I ask you to join the war now, and that's extended the front line. Okay. Soviet Union totally encircled if you ignore my vassal, which I'm not going to open up because I hate the front lines here. There's like too many gaps. The greatest day has arrived, boys. We can core Tibet. All of a sudden, the Chinese reviews flow into Hearts of Iron 4 Steam, and they love this DLC. It was just that easy. There's 3 prospects for resources in Tibet. Aluminium, oil, and coal. And then I maxed the infrastructure out. Increased the resource gain. I'm kind of curious to see how many resources I can get out of Tibet now. And that's a dead Soviet Union. So can we, like, they called the clay, which was kind of old China. Plus, I guess, maybe a big chunk of Siberia as well, maybe. What's my contribution? 19%. Okay, that's not very high, but it seems to be enough to take these low-value states in the east, which I will. That's not bad. That is a China to be proud of, right? I like that Afghanistan joined this war, but gained absolutely naffle. Your contribution will be noted in a history book. End of humiliation. I need 80% support of my faction. I have 83%. Huh? Oh, actually, that's kind of funny. Germany's actually in decline. If I were to join the war right now, I could eat a chunk of Germany as well. Oh, why not? We've gotten this far, right? Build the biggest railway yet. Declare. Topple government. Whoosh! Okay, looks like they're actually pushing back here. The Italian foothold has fallen. Damn, look at all the requests from the allies. They want me. They want me. Well, they want something anyway. Would you like investment into uranium from the Congo? Invite Korea to my faction. Oh man, they actually say yes to. And Siam and yeah, Siam would be good. Burma and Nepal, not so much. Oh my god. The ultimate faction. It feels like the final boss is the Allies versus the Chinese United Front. No, actually not. I don't want to see that, no. Invite the Philippines. Eastern Front, breakthrough. Does look like the Allies are turning it as well. Bit of a battle in the Middle East here. Not really going very well, though. Guess I could try pushing against them here. Whoosh. Not much supply, though. What are the casualties, Dave? 7.27 million for Germany, and I inflicted 3 million of that. Whoosh. And of course, of all nations to take out Berlin, it would have to be the Chinese, right? Of course, I present to you the most historical game at all times. I feel like I need to print that onto a shirt. Would you guys buy that? Most historical game? No? Yes? No? Alright, maxed out artillery. Armor, on the other hand, is a bit slow because it's not getting enough mastery due to the 1 support that we have. I guess what I could do if I wanted to is take off the artillery and then on 5 battalions of light tanks. Probably not optimized for combat width, but very light tank heavy. All the light tanks. What is the mastery now? Gaining total of... I was getting 12 a day. Now I'm getting 8, 9. Okay, it was actually higher. Wait, no, it's back to 12. Wait, I think as they're reinforcing into the divisions, they're getting more. 13, now we're at 7, now we're at 4. Okay, I don't know how this game works. I think it has to be a proportion of the division, but it has to actually make up the full proportions. It can't just be a ghost division with tanks, but with no actual tanks in it, if you catch my drift. I just thought the easiest way of doing this peace conference is to puppet and to puppet Russia. There doesn't appear to be a Russia. Scratch that. What did we end up with? I guess most of Russia. Interesting Poland setup. We have British Republic. Or Polish Republic, and then British Poland. And I've grabbed a bit of China because reasons. And Ukraine is born. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That is the most glorious China I have ever created. Beautiful. If your name is on screen, you have become a member. Think about becoming a member and giving a very tiny amount per month to support my channel to get some cool exclusive rewards. You are precious to me. I love you. You are dismissed.